Alright, so we have for our first product review the Proteus from Aspire. This is for anybody that has a hookah. It's going to fit on just about anything that's out there. It's going to replace your shisha bowl with a automatic firing electronic cigarette device, essentially. So we're going to do a little unboxing. We're going to set it all up and do some impressions. Not movie impressions, but my impressions of the device. Alright guys, so we are up close with the Proteus E-Hookah from Aspire. So I have my little cheap Amazon hookah here that we bought from China. And again, just a heads up, this will work with, as far as I know, just about any hookah on the market. So, you know, if you've got concerns now with the safety of your shisha, this is going to be a great alternative for you. So let's take a look inside the box. Move my bottle of juice out of the way here. Alright, so in the box we have the Proteus unit. This is rechargeable through micro USB port here. It takes two 18650 batteries, which are provided with your kit. It has a removable tank which holds 10 mils of e-liquid. You're going to fill it here through this little port right here. Just pops out this little rubber piece. Fill. Pop this piece back in. And this is an auto-firing device. So in other words, some of you that may have been using e-cigarettes, say, for the last 5 years will remember the old 901 and 510 batteries, where you would take a draw, or even stuff you can buy from convenience stores and gas station, where you take a drag and you're going to, you don't have to worry about buttons or any of that stuff. So you've got your unit here, and it is going to be a self-dragging device, if that makes sense to you. User manual. Very simple instructions. I mean, there's really not much to it. Very self-explanatory. Pop it on your hookah, fill it with water, pop your whip on, and you're good to go. You're going to get a warranty card here from Aspire. It's covered for 3 months through no fault of your own for manufacturer defects. Supplied with the kit is also a micro USB to full USB charger. And as I mentioned, two 18650 high discharge 2500 milliamp batteries. To install these, move the box. You're going to remove these two ports here at the bottom. And just a heads up while I am slowly opening the battery doors here. Both batteries are going to be inserted positive end up towards the top of the tank. And depending on how tightly you screw these on here, you may have to use a tool or a coin in order to remove these. But as I said, batteries are going to go positive side up. And do be careful with threading here. I don't know exactly what they're using for the threaded portion here on the device, but it does feel like that these battery doors, if you will, are likely made out of brass. And it is a fairly fine thread pitch, so you do want to be careful about cross-threading this. Brass is very soft and can damage easily, so just be wary of that. Alright, so we've got our batteries in. We have the battery doors on, finally. Alright, so like many of the other Aspire products, you're going to, basically take your tank apart, unscrew your atomizer, thread a new one on. So now let's fill this. This, incidentally, is Zoinks from our Voodoo line, or from the Voodoo line from Barn Brew. And again, this is a 10 ml tank, so you do have to be patient if you're using a glass bottle. Using a unicorn bottle, plastic bottle, should be no issues whatsoever filling this in one try. Alright, we'll call it a day. We've got a full tank. So we're going to take this little rubber grommet, pop this back in, clean the juice off. There we go. Alright, so we are now ready to vape. I didn't prime the coil, so what I'm going to do now, if I can, is to try and cover up the airflow which is going to come in through here. Your air is going to be drawn, through the water like it would be normally, and then up through here. So I'm going to try to give this a quick prime. And incidentally, the best way I've found to speed up the priming process or the wicking process is to close off your airflow and inhale like you were taking a drag off your device. And what that does, even if you're not closing the air off, there's negative pressure that builds inside the tank every time you drag on it, almost like a vacuum. If you remove or cut off the amount of airflow coming in, you're going to create more pressure, which is therefore going to feed juice directly into your coil. And yeah, so that's a good tip, good piece of advice. So we're going to screw our tank onto the Proteus. And now we grab our hookah. This is going to sit right on top. There is actually, if you can see this, there's a rubber grommet in here that's going to grab onto the top of the hookah to secure it in place. So just going to pop that on, grab our whip. And as you drag on this, there's nothing visible when you're not using the device. But right here under their logo, it will actually light up as you're dragging on it to let you know that the device is working. So let's take a toot and see how it works. It's actually a surprisingly good device. I probably should have cleaned this hookah prior to using it. Getting a lot of nasty, plasticky, gross taste out of it. Nothing against Zoinks. It's definitely not Zoinks' fault. I digress. Yeah, so this is going to fit on any hookah. It's a nice conversation piece, but at the same time is actually a fully functional and really efficient little device. Compared to another 10 mil device like the AnyBox, I feel like overall you're going to get longer life on your tank. I suppose it would kind of depend on what kind of hookah you're using and how many people are going to be on it. But there is something to be said for it too, in that if you've got a juice that you find to be a little bit throaty, or something that you really like, you have an older bottle that has a higher milligram than you're currently vaping, this might be a good alternative for you, because much like the purpose of a hookah, the water is going to help kind of cool that vape down and possibly help with that throatiness that you're getting. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this again. Yeah, overall, I don't really have too many negatives about it. Again, besides the fact that they are a little bit difficult to find, specifically regarding the coils. But I think once again, Aspire has proven themselves as a serious player in this industry. They're very innovative. This is something that nobody else is doing, and it's capitalizing on a new market of potential vapors. So check it out. Visit us on esigbarn.com for further details, pricing, or to pick one up.